Good morning, good morning. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Deja, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, whatever y'all call me. Um, Today I'm not feeling so well, so I'm not going live via Instagram. But I did go live yesterday twice, showing y'all the city of Charlotte and also um, down at the protest for Breonna Taylor. Um, First, we want to thank God that we are all alive this morning. That's number one. And the weather's going to be pretty nice here today. I'm thankful for that, because with this cold weather coming in, everybody's starting to catch colds, which breaks down your immune system, which makes it easier for you to catch COVID. You know, I've downloaded my app. I was out yesterday working, and so far I had no hits of anyone with COVID. So that's a beautiful thing. For those that already downloaded the app, I don't know if the people that I came in contact with have the app, because it takes a while for people to get information in a city. So we got to keep sharing this information, y'all. No matter where y'all at, if the app is available in your city, make sure you share that information with your fellow friends, family members, so that way they can download the app or they can tell their friends. That's how things get out. You tell one person, then they may tell one person, then that person tells somebody else, and that's how things move through the streets real fast. So y'all know what to do. Get this information out so we'll know if we're safe or not out here with this COVID. And we can, just fall back a little bit because it's so hectic. Everywhere we go, we got to have this mask on. We got to stay 6 feet. It's just a lot, for us. But, this is what we got to do. And you just want to make sure this go away. Well, today I want to talk about analyzing situations. I was down there yesterday, started a protest. We didn't get to walk with them because I had the girls, and anytime you protest, you got to be ready to go to jail at any given time, And, I haven't been to a protest in a long time, so, it was like I wasn't thinking when I said, let me take the girls with me. But I wanted them to see why we were fighting for Breonna Taylor, I got chills in my body, being there, protesting for her, and chanting her name and stating how we feel, why we want justice. But see, I'm one that always go back to the beginning, how it could have been avoided, and that's my biggest thing, Now, I do want to state this. Back when I was 18 years old, I took the police department test. Okay. For those that took the police department test in New York City, they know you get your score plus 20 or 25 points over. Okay. I got 100 on the test. So they gave me 125, I believe. And the test is based on analyzing. So this is why I'm so confused, people. If y'all look at my Instagram live yesterday, after we came from the protests, I stated that I was confused. I'm just so confused. Why these police murders are getting worse and worse and worse, And when it's somebody that looks like you, same color skin, cheekbones, big lips, and you say that could have been me, it could have been somebody I knew, my family, So it touched home, I've been watching this about Breonna Taylor for a long time since it happened, and I still was trying to analyze why these cops were negligent. Why are a lot of people negligent on the things that they do, you know? And like I stated yesterday, you know, a lot of these people have this in their head about the just do it, just react, you know. And that's Nike's slogan, you know. Like I said, I'm not blaming it on them because they just put a slogan out there for the athletes. And these people are taking this stuff literally, you know. My theory of this situation, you know, and me being one that read the police book back in 1988, and it surely, I know it has changed, but based on back then and based on my knowledge, okay, because after I took the test, I had wanted to be a police officer until after they beat me, okay, when 10 police officers beat me, I no longer wanted to become a police officer. Okay, because I didn't want to be a part of something like that. Okay, and my mother didn't want me to be a part of something like that. So when my application came in and my scores, she hid it from me. I never tell y'all a lie. She hid it from me, and then she came to me later and told me months later, oh yeah, they called you, but you know I didn't give it to you, you know, because I really don't want you to be a police officer, and I understood. Just like she didn't want me to go in the army either, you know. I got stories about that. Oh man, she threw flower pots out the window at the recruiter, you know. So yeah, I'll tell y'all that story one day. But getting back to the way they're trained, okay, is to analyze every situation before you move. Now, my thing is, and this is what I'm trying to understand. You know, okay, granted, yes, we want justice for her, but we don't want this to happen again. And that's my problem. You know, why are these cops not trained enough to know that they shouldn't be? I'm doing my podcast. No, you wanted to come in here dancing. Out. That they're not paying attention to what's going on when they walk on a scene. Okay. Now, my thing is, if this woman was asleep, how was she a threat? Okay. If the suspect that they was looking for wasn't even in the home, why was she a threat? I have a problem with that. Why didn't this police officer analyze the situation? This person is asleep. There's no threat here. The person that we're looking for is not here. Okay? Now, when a cop go into a house, when they kick a door in and they go into a house, okay, it takes a minute for, okay, and I'm going to use this for instance. This happened to me recently. I got to close my window because they playing music outside and I can't hear myself think, so I got to close my window. Just give me 1 second, y'all. Yesterday, my phone was on, okay? And this is how bad this is bothering me. My phone was on, and every time a notification comes up, so it did that all night, I guess, until it fell off my nightstand. Okay? Now, I heard it in my sleep, but it took me a while to wake up. Okay? When I heard that bang. Oof. first thing I thought about was Breonna Taylor. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because if they came into her house and she was sleeping, it takes a while to come up out that conscious sleep. I mean, that dead sleep. Okay, because you got to wake your body up. You hear something, but you got to wake your body up. Now, if you're the type of person that have kids or you're always around noise, you're used to blocking that stuff out while you're sleeping. Okay? So, it'll take you even longer to wake up. Because you're saying in your mind, it's nothing, it's nothing. You just get your sleep. So, if this woman was truly asleep, she was no threat. But she was trying to wake herself up, maybe. I'm trying to picture myself in the room with this man, this police officer that pulled the trigger. Okay? Now, this is the other thing. Before they even went in, okay? Before an officer of the law kicks in a door, breaks in a house, whatever the case may be, one, they need warrants. Two, they're supposed to know everything about the person before they open up that door. Okay, everything. They're supposed to do that study before they come on scene of that person's home. Okay? Now, I found, even here in Charlotte, I found neglect with the police department. Okay? My grandson, he gets into a lot of things. He's like a menace, and I hate to say it. It's my blood. He just ain't right sometimes. But he got in trouble out there about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was in my bed sleep, where I'm supposed to be at night. That's where people are supposed to be at night, in the bed sleeping. Okay? And I think I told y'all this story once before. I might have. I'm not sure. And I kept hearing this banging. I'm trying to wake myself up, I'm trying, but I can hear the banging on the door. I can hear it. But I'm trying to wake myself up. I'm trying. So I finally woke myself up, because I work for a living. So I be tired, and that's just the facts of it. You understand what I'm saying? And just like Breonna Taylor, she worked for a living, so she was tired, Some people do hard work, and their body gets tired. Just being up a certain amount of hours, your body gets tired, So getting back to the situation with my grandson, I finally got myself up and I hear this banging and I'm thinking, okay, that wasn't his knock, because he has a certain knock, and it's still banging, boom, 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 boom. I could see my door shaking, okay, while they're banging. And I said, that's not my grandson at the door. I know that's not him, because he knocks in a certain way. So I said, who is it? And they said, police department. Open the door. So I opened up the door. And it was 10 cops. And this is no lie what I'm telling y'all. It was 10 cops outside my door. It was all on the landing, coming up the landing, and in my threshold there. Okay, this is like 2 a.m., 3 o'clock in the morning. The officer looked at me and he said, are you Jacqueline Richardson? And I said, yes. And my first thought was, my grandson got killed. That was my first thought. And I was praying at the same time, He said, well, we wanted to tell you that we apprehended your grandson. He was fighting us, blah, 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 blah. But he's a minor, so we had to come and tell you. And I said, okay. Why did it take 10 police officers to come tell me y'all apprehended my grandson. And we couldn't contact you, is what they said to me. This is where I got uncomfortable. And I looked at the officer and I said, sir, it's 2 a.m. What do people do at 2 a.m.? I realize that you work an overnight shift, but what do normal people do at 2 a.m.? And he said, oh, sleep. I said, right. So what make you think that I was going to be easy to contact at 2 a.m.? Okay? Now, I don't know if Charlotte's records are up to date, like how up north is. Because Maryland, they have it so, and this is why I want to go back home, so bad, I feel safer. Even though the cops have ran up on me with negative nonsense, once I tell them my name, they run it. They already know who I am. Leave me alone, please, because I'm a regular citizen going to work every day. Leave me alone. They didn't even know who house they were coming to. Okay? They knew where the house was. Now, out of 10 police officers, now they knew my name. They knew my name. So out of 10 police officers, you telling me no one could go to their car and find my license, find my name, and see what I'm about? Not one out of 10 police officers. Why was it 10 police officers at my door at 2 a.m.? So then I get a call on the phone right after the cops left. And I told them, okay, well, y'all got them locked up. Okay, well, there's nothing I can do but wait for court in the morning. I got another cop calling me on the phone. So I answer the phone. He's going off on me. We've been trying to call you and get in contact with you. Okay, sir, I was sleeping. I work for a living, just like you. Well, your grandson, okay, my grandson is 16 years old and he walked out the door. What do you expect me to do? I'm not going to monitor everything he does. But you need to check who you're talking to. Because just because my grandson is out there doing stuff don't mean I'm out there doing stuff. Okay? And I had to let him know that. And he had to apologize. Yeah, analyze the situation, sir. Because you coming at the wrong person. I'm not the one you caught out there and arrested. I was in my bed where I was supposed to be. I don't make the decisions for him. He make the decisions for himself. And when they get to a certain age, people make decisions for themselves. There's nothing you can do about it. Okay? If I shackle him, now that's abuse. If I lock him in a room, that's abuse. So he's able to walk free just like you and I. Don't call me up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning telling me I should have picked up the phone. I'm tired. I had to sleep. The reason why I'm telling y'all this is these cops are not analyzing situations. Okay? And it needs to be implemented. To take the police test. The police test is based on analyzing your situation. So why is it they're not utilizing that protocol? It's my question. Okay? The same when I talked about the guy that walked around the car because he was tired mentally. You could tell in the video he was just tired mentally. Like, I don't care. Why didn't one officer walk up to him and say, "Sir, just calm down. I see you going through some things." And try to analyze this situation and talk this dude down. Or they don't talk to people no more. Okay? It's let them do whatever they're going to do and we'll kill them. Okay? I seen a video. I watch a lot of the police videos on YouTube. And y'all can check some of them out. And you watch some of these situations. It's just crazy. I seen this one video. And it was a white guy, though. But the scenario was just unreal of how these police deal with people. The guy didn't have no insurance. He was intoxicated. The moral of the story was that he had just got into a breakup with his girl or something, and he took off in his truck, and his life was just, and you could tell in the video from the body cam that this guy just was like, man, all the stuff I'm going through, and now I'm pulled over by the police, and I'm going to jail. So he kept telling the police officer, he was calm with one police officer, and this is what I seen where they messed up at. He was calm with that one that was already interacting with him. But now the other one the one that he was calm with calls for backup. Okay, so he called for backup, and he puts him in front of this guy that was agitating him because he had already built a relationship with the one that pulled him over. Okay? So he was comfortable with that one. Okay? So now they throw another face, and this man reacts differently. Because every person is different. Now, this cop had already gained a bond with this. I don't know if you want to call him a criminal or attempted criminal. I don't know what we call him, but my theory is, why would you put another person in front of him? Okay, if he was already comfortable with you. So now you call backup. Okay, your backup is to help you. Okay, you didn't have to put that backup in front of this man and agitate him even more. You should have had your backup doing the research on this person while you're keeping this person calm. Okay? You run his name and see what's going on with him. I'm going to continue to talk to him. Okay? Well, now this other cop comes, and he comes to the other window, and he's talking to him. He's like, yo, man, leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Who are you? Like, yo, get out of here. He already feel agitated because now it's 2 police officers instead of 1. Okay, so he's like, this is crazy. So now he's starting to get agitated. You could tell he's getting agitated. Okay, and the cops did that to him. Okay, because he was calm before the fact. Well, when he saw the other cop get out of the car, he took off. Okay, now they got a high police chase. Okay. He pulls up in someone's driveway. I don't know if it was his home or because they didn't say in the video. But the cops killed him. Okay. Now, when I analyzed that video, I saw where the cops messed up. Because they agitated the man. Okay. Anytime someone is pulled over by a police officer, whether it be black or white, you're going to have a fear. Okay? Because you don't know how that police officer is thinking. Is he really doing his job to the fullest? Okay? People, when we protesting, and this is just my theory, You know, I'm only one person. But we always fighting for that one situation. Okay? And I'm not knocking the protesting procedure. Okay? But what y'all need to start protesting for is for these cops to be educated enough to deal with people when they apprehend them. Okay? They need the education because evidently they don't have it. If they're addressing people the way they're addressing them. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it happened to Breonna Taylor. It happened to myself. It happens to the people on YouTube. It happens to people every single day that they do not analyze a situation. Okay? And you have to treat them sometime like they're the problem because they are. Because they're not educated. Now, why should I have told a cop? And I mean, just think about what I'm saying, people. Why should I have told a cop that was knocking on my door at 2 a.m. why I didn't get up to answer the door? Why should I have to explain that to a cop and make him tell me what people do at 2 a.m., normal people? Why did I have to explain that to him? But he's a police officer of the law to serve and protect. But you don't know that people sleep at 2 a.m.? Give me a break here now. Granted, I walked out of that situation alive because I had 10 cops outside my door. And I'm thankful that God covered me. But I could have been a Breonna Taylor. So do y'all get where I'm going with this? This is not just where she was. This is everywhere where these police officers are not analyzing the situations. So we need to fight for the things that's going to help us in the communities as residents. It's one thing to say, hey, stop killing us. Because they're going to be bad people that they run into that may pull guns on them and they have to kill them. That's their job. But then what about the good people that's being hurt because of their negative thinking? What about that? So what are we really fighting for? Granted, yes, we want justice for Breonna Taylor. But we don't want nothing like this to ever happen again. To no woman or no man. So when y'all go out and vote, okay, and I'm not supposed to talk about voting. I'm not supposed to be talking about politics. And I might get fined for this. But I'm out here with y'all. Every day living a life with y'all. So I do have some type of voice. Stop worrying about these damn presidents and go and start seeing who's in legislation. Because some rules have to be passed. These cops need more education. They have to be mentally stable to be a police officer. You can't just be this angry man and we throw you out there on the force. Okay? It just can't happen. It's got to be somebody that's going to use their thinking process before the worst. You know how many cops I have to curse out every day? You know, not every day, not anymore. I thank God for that. But when my grandson was here, I had to curse cops out. Like, sometimes I get some nice ones, you know. They come and they understand what I'm going through. Because they may have a child that's acting out. So they know, you know. And by the time the situation is over, we talking about football. We ain't even talking about crime anymore, you know. But then you get some of these that want to have this S on their chest and they think that they God and they want to put their input in, you know. Now, people see me on a regular basis here in Charlotte. I get out there and fight with my grandson like a person in the streets. Okay? So, this one particular cop gonna tell me, well, you know, he's supposed to be in the house at this time. I said, okay. So if I go out there and fight him or get a weapon to make him come in the house, then what? Oh, then we're going to have to arrest you. Okay, then. So don't tell me what I need to do, because now you're telling me I'm putting my life at risk. I got kids too. They don't think. This is the real world. It's like the day in a bubble. Police against the people. My uniform says I can kill you. So I have that power. But your uniform also says that you are higher than the people. So you're supposed to diffuse situations before it gets worse. Your uniform also says that you're here to serve and protect those regardless of the situation. So meaning, if the situation is looking ugly, let me slow down a little bit because I don't want y'all to misunderstand what I'm saying. That's like if a cop had to shoot a person. They're supposed to aim for the legs. Drop them. Now, once you undrop them, it's time to call the ambulance because you're still there to serve and protect. So even though you had to shoot him because he was acting out, you still got to get him help. Okay? Even though you apprehended this man, okay, and this happened in Baltimore, where they didn't want to give the guy service. Okay, get him medical attention. Even though you apprehended this man, and if he's having a medical issue, you still have to serve. Because he is a citizen. Okay? When y'all take that oath as police officers, you still have to serve whether it's a criminal or not. So you have to think about the process when y'all out here shooting people or downing people or misleading people. And that's my problem with this whole situation. Just like when I got beat by 10 cops. Did they come and analyze the situation? No. And it's crazy how I got beat by 10 cops and then woke up to 10 cops. And it's like I had to see this shit all over again. Excuse my language, because I'm not supposed to curse. I'm sorry. But I had to see it all over again. And that's why I was so afraid. But then the person that I am and that I've grown to be put that arm on my back and was like, I'm ready for whatever y'all bringing at me. Because I'm not a bad person and y'all trying to make me be a bad person because of what I'm associated with. I have no other choice. Your superiors, your judges is the one that put this in place for me to take care of this kid and he's not obeying. And now y'all want to abuse me because of it? It don't work that way. Analyze the situation. Okay? And just like with the situation in New York and in Penn Station. Did they analyze the situation? Did they say, man, come on, let me talk to you? What happened? It's always 2 to 3 sides to a story. You don't just react. And so that's what they did. They listened to what the woman said and grabbed me. And I wasn't even the one arguing with her. But because I was black and they're Hispanic. But they didn't even know that I was Hispanic too. Just a little darker. But because I was a darker breed, I had to be tossed around and thrown around and beat upon. Okay? So this is what kills me when there's situations. You know, now I've seen some older cops pull up on scene here in Charlotte, Charlotte ain't all that bad. I just had a bunch of crazy ones that I came in contact with. But then I had a couple more that rolled up on scene, and there was some issues. And the cops, they was listening to the stories, and they was like, okay, they didn't want it to turn into a fight. So they listening and listening. And I went to one of the officers and said, okay, well, what do we do from here? He said, okay, well, it sounds like X, Y, and Z, not to talk about people's business because I don't want to talk about this actual situation. But sounds like X, Y, and Z. Now, they was just sitting back listening. They wasn't talking. They were listening. Okay? So, the way we can handle this is they laid it on the table, plow. Now, what y'all gonna do? Because we want to go home. And I think y'all want to go home too. But we want to diffuse this situation. That's how police work is done in the community. Okay? Even growing up on Cortland Avenue, 153rd Street. I think I've mentioned it before. We had two cops, Batman and Robin. Okay? They walk the beat. Sometimes they drive through. But they got respect. Because when they came to serve and protect, even if it was a criminal activity, to diffuse the situations, not to be pulling their guns and shooting everybody. That wasn't their first theory. Their first thing was come in and analyze the situation. Why are these cops not analyzing their situations? Why are these cops not, and this is why I feel that the cops, the other cops that was on scene with Breonna Taylor's case need to be arrested ASAP. And I'm going to tell y'all why. If you're on scene as a cop, okay, that's like me being with my girlfriend, right? Me and my girlfriend, we out and about. And she's about to get into a fight. Or she do something that's like out of whack. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I'm going to stop her. Okay? No, you're not doing that. Because now you're involving me. And this is what I don't get. How they allow their partners allow one person to destroy their lives by being on scene. No one is going to affect you too. I don't get it. I'm confused. Okay? How another cop will allow another officer to take their lives in their hands, right along with the person that they're hurting. I'm confused. That they don't have love for themselves enough to say, yo, man, don't do it. Because you're going to have to see me. People are not even loving themselves anymore. So I'm confused. Just like the cop with George Taylor. If I was a cop on that scene and I seen him choking him and he couldn't breathe, yo, I would have grabbed that nigga in the chokehold myself. Like, yo, get up off him. Can't you hear he can't breathe? And I'm standing here with you. I'm going down for this shit too. Excuse me, I cursed again. I'm sorry. But I'm just analyzing these situations. I would have put him in a chokehold too. You want to put him in a chokehold? I'm about to put you in a chokehold. Get up off him because you got me on scene with you. I'm going down for this too. So people don't even love themselves anymore. And that's why I'm so confused. Why? Why is it that the police officers are not even loving themselves enough to say, I'm not going down with you on this? So you better get up off them or don't make that shot because I'm not going to jail for you. When are they going to start speaking up for themselves? Because it seems like They have one bully on these teams, and they're calling the shots, and everybody else is falling back. I'll ride with you no matter what. If we got to go down together. And they're losing their lives, okay? Their family. They're going to jail. This is not what the police force used to be about. So this is why I'm confused. When y'all vote this year, y'all really need to dig deep, people. The people that's sitting at them tables need to change some laws. We need to know these people that's going on the force. You know, I was watching the Hickory Grove Division the other day. We had 2 kids that got shot. And I was watching them, and they implemented a new guy. You know, he's been on the force for a minute, you know. And I was watching just to see, you know, like, is he a humble type of guy? Or is he a community type of guy? One that will come out and diffuse situations, or, you know, find out about the community, who's there, you know, because he's new coming onto the force. You know, so now they implemented a new guy that we got to watch. Why? When we should be ready to take him in open arms. But this is what the police force do to us. So we're at the point now is we don't need y'all to serve and protect because we'll protect ourselves. Because y'all like the enemies too. We don't know what's coming through the door when they implementing these new people on the force, or they may not be new, they might be a veteran, but we don't know what they was doing at the last place they were. Were they a menace over there? Because they menace too. You know, and I'm not saying that this particular guy is a menace. He could be the nicest police officer we ever met and does his job and diffuse things and respect people, you know. He could be, but we don't know yet until we see him in the community. Okay? And it takes for him to come out into the community and be known. So we'll say, all right, well, that one is all right. You don't have to worry too much about him. You know, or this one over here, this one over there. You know what I mean? But this one here, you got to watch him. You know, this is how we are with you police officers today. And y'all did this. We didn't create this. Y'all did this. You know? So, I still say when y'all go voting, you know, and if y'all want to protest about anything, y'all need to be protesting about the cops that's being hired, okay? And what they're being taught when they're hired, because I've been on this earth for 50 years, and I've been dealing with the police all my life, and I don't have a record, okay? So what that tells you, they've been harassing me all my life, and this is why I feel the way I feel about police officers. But you're not going to keep harassing me and bullying me because of the way y'all feel. Things have to change. You know, and the people have to make it happen. And you do that with your voice at the polls. And I just wanted to throw that out there, and I hope I don't get fined for speaking like this, but, you know, when you start talking about death, killing, and waking up, not understanding what was going on with life, you don't care about that fine. I'll pay that fine. This is Jacqueline Richardson, Miss JJ Diamond, Jackie, Deja, whatever y'all call me. I love y'all all. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a wonderful day, and please stay safe.